there, starlings. Welcome to my secular universe. This is Jess from Capella Wellness, here to help you step into your truth and start into your power. For those of you who've never been here before, welcome. Thank you so very much for being here for the first time. For those of you who are returning, thanks for coming back. Watching all of my readings. If you've been watching my stuff, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do so. Hit the notification bell so that you know what messages are coming through. Whatever else it is I am posting, to include my live streams and all that good stuff. All right, guys, so I'm doing things differently. So I've been guided to do energy updates for the months coming. While this is already August 2nd, everything happens in divine timing. We're at the beginning of August, even though we shouldn't be focusing so much on the months, but I'm going to be doing what the energies are surrounding this collective for the month of August, the guidance that we have on how to best navigate these energies, what's coming that we don't see, and we're also going to get some wellness tips, because this is Capella Wellness, not Capella Tarot. Your affirmation or affirmations for the month, and we're also going to get some guidance on how you can put more positive karma into the universe. It's like Six of Pentacles energy, right? What you put in is what you get back. And when you do random acts of kindness, it pays off your karma, okay? And it gets returned to you multiple fold in ways that you don't expect, right? And we're gonna see whatever else we have. All right, so we're gonna look into the energies surrounding the collective for the month of August. Okay, that was fast. Something's shifting pretty quickly. Oh, look at this. We have the Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck, okay? And the Knight of Wands here. The overall energy. So, and because it just flipped out, there's something here with, I'm hearing rapid movement. So with this Knight of Wands right here, there's something here because of how quickly this came out. I'm hearing in the month of August, we all know there's that Lionsgate portal. There's, we just had the full moon in Aquarius, which was a super moon. It was releasing and ending some very, very difficult things. It's right here, okay? Like a cycle's like dead, done, it's over. The worst is over. This is not going to be happening anymore, provided that you've done your work, you've learned your lessons. Some of you have gone through the gauntlet. You hit rock bottom. You went through the ringer. And with the swords there, okay, with these swords is the overall, you, some of you, you went through a lot of trials and tribulations. You went through a lot of hard lessons to learn. And God was trying to see if you were going to overcome them. If they were going to take you down, if they're going to like throw you into the water and just like, I'm dead, I'm done, I have no more energy, I'm spent, I'm not doing this anymore, okay? This is like the straw that broke the camel's back for some of you. And what's happening here is with all these difficulties that you've been through, you managed to get back up, okay? It's like that Chumbawamba song, I get knocked down, but I get up again. You have a choice whether to feel like a victim from the outside world and from other people, or you're like, no, I'm learning from this. How am I growing from this? I am not going to let this kill me. I'm not going to allow this to keep me from moving forward. I'm going to get back up, and I'm just going to, whatever else you got for me, God, universe, I've got this. This is building strength and resilience. For those of you who feel like you just can't go on anymore, you feel depleted, this is like energy depletion. Like, you're not moving, you're spent, you're so done with something. You have a choice whether you're going to allow yourself to stay down, get back up. You can't be blaming everybody else for your pain and suffering. You can't be blaming everybody else for your transgressions, for your difficulties in life. This is something that you're learning, that you're trying to overcome, as God is like, you've got to get back up. You have more power than you think that you realize. It's this determination of this Knight of Wands. It's like, you know what? I know this is difficult. I know this is hard, but this is not the end for me, right? This is the end of the victimization for you. This is the end of the pain and suffering. Like, I'm done with feeling like a victim. I'm done with allowing everyone to put me down. I'm done with like the universe throwing swords at me and me not doing something with it, okay? Some of you have been having a hard time learning lessons about blaming others, okay? When you point a finger at someone, guess what you're doing? You're pointing it back at yourself. There's three Somebody taught me this a long time ago. It was a karmic. You point one finger at somebody else, there's 3 pointing back at you. You have the power to change things. You have the power to get back up. God's trying to teach you, you are stronger than you realize. That the world is happening for you, not to you. And when you start to realize this, okay, you have the courage to keep going, to overcome these difficulties. It gets easier when you get hit with challenges because you already know that you have this strength, this determination, this firepower, this passion that ignites within you like, no, this is not it for me. Because this is what happens, guys. When you feel depleted of energies, when you are emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically spent, that is when the devil, the enemy, comes in for the kill. Lack of energy leads to lack of light, a diminishing of your light, a lowering of everything that is of the divine. This is when the enemy, like, this is perfect. I'm going to keep stabbing this person with these swords. I'm going to keep making them feel like a victim. Everything's happening to me. Why? Absolutely not. When you change your perspective on this, when you change your energy and say, you know what? No. I'm not going to allow myself to be down in the dumps, to be in this ruin. Some of you, it's a financial ruin. Some of you, it's like, I can't take it. I can't do it anymore. I'm done. I'm just going to allow my life to just like shit on itself and I'm doing nothing about it. You've already lost the war. You've lost the battle because you are spiritually, mentally, emotionally dead. You may not be physically dead, but if there's something with health here, be very careful because this could lead to a literal death, right? Not taking care of yourself and allowing the stress to just take you over and you've got nothing to give. That is on you, okay? When you feel like, I used to do this, like if you think about, if you ask my parents or my sisters, I had all these things happening to me and I was like, why? Why me? Why me? I even had a Garfield button that I would put on my shirt every now and again or my backpack or whatever it was that said, why me? Instead of asking why, ask God, what am I learning? How am I going to grow from this? How am I going to get this power, this Knight of Wands, to overcome these challenges? You have it in you. It's already there. When some of us are in a very dark energy, there's no high vibration. This is a very low vibrational card. Okay? When you look at the meaning of this, when you look at what you're learning from this, and when your energies are not there, God's like, I can't go down there. The Archangels can't help you because the energy is too low. They need you to find this spark. They need you to get brave and bold and say, no, man, I'm gonna go in here and really get that courage to just say, no, this is not the end of me. And that wand is there, the light of God, right? The firepower. It's like with Super Mario gets the firepower or the star power even to get boost of energy. And when your energy increases, that is when God and the Archangels and the higher realms, the higher vibrational support comes in. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go help you out. Let's push you forward. Let's just go out there and say, you know what? I want a different life for myself. I want a new beginning because endings bring new beginnings, right? So for some of you, and I always get 2 groups. If you're new here, I tend to get 2 groups. You have to be honest with your situation here because I speak truth and nothing but. This is to help you to rise above the challenges, to rise above this bullshit. Because you don't have to deal with this. You don't have to deal with pain and suffering and feeling like a victim and people betraying you and backstabbing you and stuff like that? Why are you focusing so much on the negativity? You got to think of the positive you got to transmute that negativity into positivity. Okay? But it's a choice. And I can't do the work for you, and God's not going to do the work for you either. You can pray to your heart's content and do meditations to your heart's content and whatever, but if you're not doing something about it yourself with this action-oriented card, you're not finding the energy to overcome this, then your life will continue to repeat this pattern. This is an energy of not learning from your life's lessons and your tests, the challenges. The challenges are supposed to get you. You're going to overcome it no matter what. But you have to know that for yourself. Okay. So some of you have to really find this firepower within you. It was 11:11 when I said that. Okay. There's a portal opening up for you, for some of you. Either you're going to continue to feel like a victim and continue to focus on the people who've been like screwing you over. What does that do for you? It hurts you more than it hurts the other person. This is a time to awaken, okay? This is now a time to awaken for some of you. For some of you, you're already past this. Wake up and smell the coffee is what I just heard. You choose to be a victim, and God did not bring us into this world to suffer, to endure pain. The pain, there's purpose in the pain, because why? You start to realize, I have that light within myself. I have the ability to overcome this because I have God. It's like that quote, oh my gosh, it just escaped me. Something's trying to interfere with this. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Thank you, Holy Spirit. It's turning to God. It's going to God for everything. This is something that I've learned. And lately, I've been through a gauntlet of challenges, and they're just menial. I'm like, holy cow, this is happening again. Let me change my perspective. Let me have a positive view and let me put out into the universe, no, this is going to work out in my favor. God, help me with this challenge. It takes time to reprogram yourself to do this, guys. I know, I've been through this for many years. But when you turn to God, no matter what it is that you're dealing with, you have to raise your vibration. Nope, nope, nope. I'm not going to feel like a victim. This is not difficult. I'm going to turn to God to give me the power to overcome this. Because you can't do things on your own. God is the one who helps you get through things. Okay? So this is a matter of changing up your energy. I need to move forward with this. I need to find that wand to get going. I need to take action on these things that I know I need to take action on and just do it. This is the energy where they were showing me something in it, and it's because I have all my guides like throwing all of these messages at me at once. There's something here about this person goes after what they want without worrying about the risk that needs to be taken to get it. If God tells them to do something, to go, to leave, whatever this is, they need to take the risk. With great risk comes great fortune. And when you take more risks, you can overcome any challenge. When you take more risks, you have a lot more faith in God and in yourself. This is a lot of confidence here. I don't need to live life in pain and suffering. I'm learning and growing from these things. I have the ability to change it, but I have to take action. It is upon myself to change my situation. Either you stay in this or you don't. God is not going to come in and miraculously save you because the energies are too low for him to do it. You got to do your part and God does the rest. And every time something comes at you and you're like, oh my God, really? No, wait, no. I'm not a victim. This is not bad luck. This is not happening to me. I'm changing it around. What am I learning from this? Where's my courage to stand up for myself? Where's my bravery? Where's my confidence that I can overcome this, that I can change the outcome with a positive mindset? Am I getting rained on? Yeah, there's a rain cloud over me. That's interesting. Abundance. Some of you, you may be crying a lot because you're stressed to the max. There's like a lot of tears of pain inside. Some of you are in so much pain. Maybe it's physical pain. And this is not to be apathetic. That's the word. But again, this is what God wants us to realize. We have the ability to change things because he gives us that. He gives us that healing power, that energy to get out of our situations. And over time, this is what's been happening to me because like I've been getting thrown swords left and right for the past couple of weeks. I'm like, holy cow, this is really a big test. It's like test after test after test after test. I've gone through this before. But now I'm like, no, I know what this is doing. I know the enemy is after my ass, but he's not going to win. This is kind of like you not allowing the enemy to win. Because you have lost when you allow this to take over you. And that's what I said. The enemy comes in for the kill. The devil comes in for the kill. To keep you at that low vibration. You raise it back up. You do your part. God and the archangels come in. Right? Like a knight in shining armor. Hey, I'm here for you. But I need you to get back up. I think there was a quote from Muhammad Ali. Some of you need to look it up about this. And I wish I could have memorized it, but there's something about him like being knocked down and something about having this power or what it means. You're not a failure when you get knocked down. You're only failure if you don't get back up, because this is failure energy. Okay? You could go through a lot of things. Things won't work out for you, but it doesn't mean that you failed. Or you can look at it as a failure. But God tends to get us to hit rock bottom to understand something about ourselves. Now, again, with the quote with Muhammad Ali, I don't know if that's what it is, but that's what I'm hearing. But go look it up, okay? Go look up the Muhammad Ali quote about like getting knocked down, something like that. When you really go through the ringer, and for some of you, this has to do with a divorce, okay? Either you've gone through a divorce and you're telling yourself, no, I'm not letting this divorce get the best of me. Or others of you, you're contemplating divorce. You're taking a risk. Maybe you need to relocate and move away from this relationship. Because if you're in a relationship where you're emotionally spent, everything is just like you have no energy, or like you keep finding yourself, you keep doing things and doing things and doing things and not getting the help that you need, and you ask for the help and someone makes excuses, because there could be, what is that? You can make excuses, or they make excuses. There's arrogance. There's like really egoism here, jealousy or something like that. And people are like, oh, no, I'm not going to help you out. Or like, I'm not supposed to help you out. You're supposed to do this. No, in a marriage, you're supposed to work together. So this is for somebody. There's got to be a balance. A true divine marriage is when a true masculine and feminine help each other out. And the masculine's role is supposed to help the feminine in the physical. The divine feminine's role is supposed to support the masculine, the spiritual, the emotional. When that isn't there, it's broken. It leads to this, divorce. people being spent, people being taken advantage of, right? And you have to really make a decision. I can't be in this anymore. And you could take it to God. It's like when I asked God about my situation, my marriage, and God said, Jess, you've done your part. You tried to talk about it, but there was a little bit of arrogance, or someone said I can't change or whatever. And God said, that's your ticket. This is not a harmonious marriage, because a true divine masculine is going to take very good care of the feminine, provider, protector, supporter of the family, the home, and the feminine. And this includes providing the help for the feminine when she needs it. And this is when the feminine's asking, I need the help. But if the masculine, a true divine, a distorted masculine would say, I'm not helping you, that is not a man of God. It's not a woman of God, depending on what prominent energy you are. Because a true divine masculine, Christ, is going to give the support to that feminine when it's needed. And sometimes the feminine doesn't need to ask. And the masculine's like, oh, the feminine could be this, or it could be, it depends, masculine, but I'm getting feminine. I need to go ask the feminine, hey, how can I help you out? How am I going to support you better? That is a true person of God here. So somebody needs to hear that message. I just went on a totally different trajectory here, but somebody needs to hear that. Because some of you may be dealing with very arrogant people who just they're very selfish. Or there's some jealousy towards somebody and they don't want to help out. Someone who doesn't want to follow through with things. Someone else has a depletion of energy too. No stamina, no determination, no nothing. But when both people are in this energy of that is a huge red flag. So either you're both going to work on it, or if you tried to work on it and somebody isn't budging or anything, and God tells you to go, because this is change of residence, this is moving, then you follow through with that. You be obedient. This could also be about jobs for others of you. A job where it's hell. Okay? Why are you in it? Why are you in it? It affects everything in your life. The energy is so low and so negative, it's affecting your aura, it's affecting your vibration. So for others of you, when this is a job, this is for you to take that risk and leave the job. Go find something to your heart's content. Go find something that lights you up, that you just love to do, that gets you excited, and it gets you motivated. This is ambition, drive, motivation. It's like, you know what? Fuck this job. Fuck this relationship, whatever. I'm not dealing with this shit. I gotta get out of it. I'm gonna go find something that increases my energy. I'm gonna do this for myself. This is something about a healthy selfishness that does exist. Okay? So some of you, you've gotta get up and go. You've gotta take that risk and find the courage to do this. You have all the freaking power to get out of this, okay? And the others of you, it's a much smaller collective, you stop feeling like a victim. You're like, no. What am I learning from this? How am I growing from this? How am I going to really build my relationship with God to help me to not feel like a victim, to help me to overcome this pain and this suffering? God, this is hard. God, look, I've been through this many times since my awakening. Sometimes it gets so difficult. And that's when the enemy wants to bring me down. Like, oh, Jess is lowering her vibration. I'm going to get emotional because of it. Because it's happened a couple times these past couple weeks. And when that happens, you're very close to something. Okay? There's a change in the air. And God wants you to feel like you're not going anywhere. It's like I hear the enemy says, you're not going anywhere, Jess. Nothing's changing. Nothing's growing. There's growth on this wand. Because the enemy wants me to stay here. He wants me to continue to go through like pain and suffering. And it's not really straight pain and suffering. This is more like challenges, heavy challenges, especially in the mental space, because I got a lot of air in my chart. And the enemy loves to get me here in the head space, because he knows my overactive mind has taken control over me and has led me to feel like this. That's not happening anymore. And I'm like, God, I know there's going to be a breakthrough. I know that the worst is over. I'm going to get out of this. I know things are about to change. And I go to God for everything. And God's like, I got you. And I got to take it upon myself and my power to get out of that 10 of Swords. Because that is my responsibility. We are responsible for our life's actions and our life's choices. As I said, we can choose to feel like a victim or a victor. We can choose to allow these divorces or these other things or these very difficult times to take us over, or we don't. God does not cause the pain and the suffering, we do. Because if we're allowing it, that's on us. God gives us free will, right? It's choice. So I know for me, and for a lot of you, you've been through a lot, a whole hell of a lot. And the devil tries to throw everything at you to try to lower your vibration. You're like, no, it's not happening. I'm checking myself before I wreck myself. And some of you, this very arduous, challenging time is over. There's a new dawn on the horizon because you kept overcoming those very difficult times. I mean, very difficult. Those challenges, those lessons. God's like, let me see how strong you are, how determined you are, how ambitious and driven you are to stay the course, to continue to be at a high vibrational energy to attract what it is that you're trying to achieve, you're trying to manifest. So some of you may be, again, relationships or homes or situations where it's like, this is not harmonious. This is not vibrating at my frequency. I gotta just push through it. And for some of you, for August, this is the month where all these difficulties, everything that God has led you to overcome, to persevere through. This is perseverance. Thank you, Holy Spirit. To stay determined, to stay the course. God's like, you've passed it. Some of you have passed a seriously difficult test of this. Others of you, this is something you need to work on. So if you've been in a challenging situation, whether it's a job, a home situation, your finances even, you're moving out of that. For some of you, you're literally moving. This is a change of residence. This is travel. You're moving someplace else. And it's going to be a lot more harmonious. You're not going to be experiencing any more of these challenges that you've been tested with to see how strong you really are, how resilient you are, how much perseverance and stamina and drive you have. It's going to be a lot easier going forward for those of you who've continued to get back up. For those of you who are allowing to stay the victim, to continue to allow this pain and suffering, and you feel, God, why this? Why does this keep happening to me? That's lower vibrational energy. You're more out of alignment with your higher self than you think you are. But you got to understand, you have power to overcome that stuff through God's help. And those of you who've gone through this, you've lost practically everything. You lost friendships, relationships, money, possessions, home, car, God knows what else. Maybe a project that you worked on wasn't working out, business wasn't working out, or you feel like it seems like everything keeps failing, shutting down. And you said, no, nope, I'm persevering. I'm staying determined. I know something good's going to come of this. Because some of you know something better is coming, that better is coming. Your time is now, your time is here. For those of you who've had the courage to stand up for yourself and continue to take those risks, and everything you tried to do just didn't work out. And you said, okay, what am I learning? Thank you, Holy Spirit. In the Super Mario movie, what does Princess say to Mario? He's like, I'm not getting it. I keep failing, right? I'm not going to make it. And the princess says something about, Princess Peach says, but you know what, Mario? You have something about you that a lot of people don't have. Your superpower is not giving up. That's what your superpower is, ladies and gentlemen. Your superpower is about not giving up. And for those of you who've had this mantra, no matter what difficulties or failures you've been through, it was a lesson to determine whether you had the perseverance and stamina to keep going. And some of you, you've passed these very arduous tests. And now there's a shift in your environment, in your life. And for some of you, this is a living situation. You didn't force, you didn't chase, you stayed aligned with God. Some of you, you're literally moving. Others of you, you already know God's telling you to go. Okay, to take action, to get going. But if God is literally telling you something and you know where you're going, you take that risk. But if God's telling you to rest, right? Hold the station, hold the line. I'm hearing X marks the spot with this 10 here. You know that a cycle's completed, that the worst is over. There's new beginnings now. God is going to present to you the person, because for some of you, this is a person. Could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or someone who's like coming in as a knight in shining armor. Not necessarily to save you, but they're going to help you out because you helped yourself out. And so some of you, if you've been told to be patient, to kind of wait where you are, God hasn't literally shown you exactly where you need to go or said, hey, you got to go here, you got to start doing this, fill out this application, leave this job, whatever, brush up your resume, something like that. If you're told to stay in place, God's sending in somebody to get you out. Okay? Because you've proven to God that you didn't allow your circumstances, whether financial, living situation, relationship-wise, you didn't allow those circumstances, that energy to consume you. And God was trying to see how you dealt with those situations. So they want me to look into what is coming. Look, 9 of Pentacles is at the top. You found fulfillment. You found the happiness in those difficulties. 9 of Pentacles is not victim energy, okay? 9 of Pentacles is someone who can go through anything. They know when to be happy. They choose to be happy. They find fulfillment in the things that they love to do. They find fulfillment in being alone, working on their projects, their business, their selves, their self-worth, their self-confidence. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. They're saying that to me again. You find your power in that. You find your power in your self-confidence, being authentic, and finding the things that you love to do. Some of you, this is about a divorce, about leaving a marriage or something because you're afraid to be alone. You're afraid to be independent. I went through that, everybody, if you don't already know my story. And I said, God, how am I going to do this? Being a single parent, being on my own, not relying on another man, no offense, somebody else to support me. I had to learn to support myself and my son. And I started to realize I could not do that without God's help. And He provided for me every step of the way. Sure, I lost a lot. Sure, I ended up living with my parents, but you can't look at the 3D and determine, oh, Jess is a failure because of that. Absolutely not. I have this energy. I have no fear whatsoever with where God is leading me towards. I don't fear about money, and sometimes the devil tries to get me to worry about it. I know what brings me happiness, and I continue to do those things that bring me joy. Joy comes from within. It has nothing to do with money, has nothing to do with business, has nothing to do with relationships. No, it comes from myself. And I got to stick to that and continue to find fulfillment in myself. For others of you, this was what I was talking about, like a business here. Some of you, you may want to start a business of your own. And you're afraid to do that, to take a risk. All of you have very prominent skills and talents to build a business out of this. God gave you something creative. Something that you have that no other people, not many people do not have, or no one else has. He wants you to utilize that. You can't be worrying about the outside world. You can't be worrying about your parents or what other people are going to think about when you want to do something creative and build a business off of it. This is self-employment, right? And I did feel very strongly about leaving this job. God did not create us to have jobs that put us dead in the water, that completely deplete us in all areas of life. Absolutely not. Makes no sense because it takes us out of alignment with God. Right? It dims our light. It pushes our manifestations away. Poor health leads to death. Stressed out jobs lead to poor health that lead to death, right? It's been happening all the time. I've been hearing a lot of stories about people who they finally retire and all of a sudden they're done and they didn't even get to retire for like 6 months, a year. Okay? This is knowing your worth and taking care of you first. And if you're led to start a business, take the risk. You're going to be well rewarded. Even if it looks like, and do not, I'm feeling it very strongly, do not compare your journey to mine. Because I feel very strongly, some of you are looking at me like I'm full of shit because, well, why is Jess living with her parents? Why did she lose the house? Why did she have to move from Maryland to Florida? For those of you who know my story, for those of you who don't, I had to move from Maryland to Florida. I had to move in with my parents, and I lost 90% of everything I've ever owned. And I have my own business, okay? If you're comparing my stuff to yours, you can't do that. You can't do that. And there's a sense of jealousy here because the shadow side of Knight of Wands is jealousy. Well, how does she look so vibrant and healthy? Why is she full of joy? Why is she so healthy? Why is she glowing? Why does she just seem to have everything work out? Because I fucking worked for it. Because I trusted in God and I didn't force anything to happen. I could have totally gotten another job and forced myself. No, I'm not living with my parents. No, I'm not going that route, God. No, I'm going to do what I want to do. Oh, hell no. I know what happens if I try to do my will. It turns into this, okay? There's a lesson to be learned from that. So for some of you who are looking at my situation, because some of you are doing that, do not compare yourself to me. Because the work that I do, the business that I have built, God is doing something in me because of it, and God's going to be doing something greater than what I have created, what I built. He wanted me to get to here. Knowing my worth, that I am good enough, that I am more than enough. Some of you feel like I'm not good enough for self-employment. I'm not good enough to build that business. I'm not smart enough. I'm not this. I'm not that. I'm not creative enough. Stop saying I'm not. Start saying I am creative. I am prosperous. I am successful. You're putting yourself, you're prophesizing something that is not true innately, because God made you to be successful. He made you worthy, but you have to believe that you are worthy of success, of abundance, of wealth, of good health. Some of you, your mentality is affecting your state, your current state in all areas of life. You're finding the joy in the work that you do, whatever that is, and the skills and the talents that you have. People may not like it, people may not buy it, people may not listen to it, but guess what? You know that it is the shit. It's like I talked to my son about this with DJ Khaled, because he was talking about, I got the #1 album and blah, 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 blah. My son says, but he didn't. And I knew this too. But here's the thing with DJ Khaled. It's funny how he's coming in with that song God Did. It is a very inspirational song. He believed in himself because he knew that all he needed was God's believement. No. All he had in his mindset was that God believed in him. He didn't need anybody else to believe in him, but he needed to believe in himself. But he knew God believed in him to do this. He's got a gift and talent of music. He doesn't need a critic to say, oh, he doesn't have the #1 album. He doesn't have to need a critic to say, oh, that song is crap or whatever, or that didn't go anywhere. It didn't sell as many whatevers. Oh, no. That is the programming in the 3D world to determine what success is, to determine somebody's value, to determine somebody's worth. We've got so freaking complacent, or we have so much tunnel vision with what determines success. The degrees, the amount of money we have in our bank accounts, the cars, the homes, the status that you have, right? That is not of God's world. That is the world of the devil. That's a 3D. That's 3D crap. So with DJ Khaled, he's like, no, I know. Wait, he says we the best music, right? And other people can be like, he's crap. Whatever. No. God gave him the gift of music, of producing, of God knows what else. I like his music. That's just my opinion. But some of you could be, if you know who DJ Khaled is, it's like, nah, I don't like that guy. He sucks, whatever. That's your opinion. That's fine. But the best thing about DJ Khaled is that he's always going to God. He's always thanking God, and that's why he's successful. And a lot of people are jealous of him because he's like, well, wait a minute. Like, he doesn't have like all these #1 albums or all these other things, but look what he's able to do. He's thanking God, and he's doing what brings him joy, and he's building businesses and other things off of it. When he utilizes his gifts and his talents, stewardship. I heard this from Alvin Ice. Thanks, Alvin, about this. Stewardship. He utilizes God-given gifts, and he gave it to the world, not looking at it like it sucks or not. He knew it was good enough. He knew that it was worthy of success, and that's why he has all the success that he does. He's a multi-millionaire. And because he did that, he believed in himself, and God was like, it's just you and me, God. God blessed him with more. And he took that risk. Because a lot of people told him, you're not going anywhere. This is going to be a flop. It's not going to work out. He's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. I'm not stuck. It doesn't suck. Determination and perseverance will get you so far. But when you maintain that and you continue to utilize what God has given you, He will give you more successes, not only within yourself and who you are as a person, but in time, He will reward you for your hard work. Because you stuck it out. It always happens. But that's okay. Because you believe in yourself. And because you knew God believed in what you were doing, because He gave you the skills. He gave you the talent. And He said, build this. Right? What is that saying in the Bible? If you build it, they will come type of thing. It's like Moses in the tabernacle. He didn't really get to see the success, the rewards per se, but there's something to learn from Moses there. But that's why it's so important. When you know your stuff is good enough, you are good enough, and nobody needs to tell you that you're not doing enough, that you're crap or whatever this is. Absolutely not. Because you did what God told you to do, and you said, you know what, this is the shit. This is fucking awesome. Look what I've been able to accomplish. There's a lot of healthy confidence in that. A tremendous amount of confidence in what you've built and how much you've grown. And how you don't need a certification. You don't need a degree. You don't need a YouTube plaque. You don't need the millions of followers. You don't need all the views and stuff to determine that your content or whatever you're building or your project is worthy. Again, with the stewardship, you just go according to what God tells you to do, and you utilize what it is He gave you for the greater good of humanity. He is going to give you plenty. He's going to give you way more than what you've been working so hard for. Because you didn't listen to anybody, because you didn't look at the analytics. And some people all over the place, they look at degrees and certifications and oh, they've got a YouTube plaque. Oh my God, they must be worth watching. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. God did not create the YouTube plaque. He did not create the degrees. He did not create the certifications. That was created by man, not by God. If you think about it, way back when, we didn't have that shit, did we? No, we didn't. We have created that for ourselves, and it's messed us up. It's completely messed us up. Because we are determining our self-worth and our success by 3D world materialistic bullshit. Not something that God has given us. So this is something to really think this through. This is what I've come to learn, because I was so determined to be successful. School, I was a straight A student. I got early admission to the college of my dreams. I got into a medical program that very few people got into because I wanted to be a doctor initially. I had everything going for me. But everything was determined by the degrees, the salary, what everybody thought about me, right? To have this title. And I realized that does not determine my worth. It does not determine my success. It does not determine who I am as an individual, who God created me to be. I said God's going to reward those who take those risks and follow stewardship, and who follow those things that God has given them, what God has given them. And God's going to reward you for following that path. I know that was a big thing for me too, guys. It's a big message for me, because God knows how hard this has been for me. And I gotta stay determined. to keep taking those risks. Because I know at some point it's going to end. Because my situation is temporary. Oh, is it making that noise on the... Maybe it is. All right. So they're having me change it up. So I'm going to use my Oracle deck. See, this is something I created, the Star into Your Power Oracle deck. And yeah, I will say, I do feel that this deck is the shit. There's a lot of very strong, powerful energy in this stuff. I designed this completely on my own. This is not a template. Okay? I did all this myself. The messages came from God. And I'm like, this is my masterpiece. I have the ability to create masterpieces, create things other people can't create. I've been very, very blessed with the gift of technology and creativity and the intellect to build these things, to channel the way that I do, to create my website, to do everything that I ever do. I've always been very innovative and have done things that other people haven't been able to do. And a lot of people did not like it. They got jealous, so they sabotaged it. And I was always pissed. Every time I was like, why, until God realized when I left my career, look at what you're capable of, Jess. You can do things that nobody else can. And I praise God for giving me those very strong abilities. And this is what a lot of you are called to understand. So let's see what it is you don't see coming for the month of August 2023. Holy Spirit, Archangels. I'm hearing money is coming for some of you. You can't attract money, abundance, if you are depleted. Okay? It's not in vibrational alignment. You continue to feel like a victim, you're not manifesting higher vibrational things. You continue to be in pain and suffering, that is not in alignment with the divine. Okay? Let's see. I'm getting rained on again. There's the abundance right there. Okay. Look, a whole stack of stuff came out. Divine timing is here. See, for some of you, things are changing. You just got to stay determined. But it is going to shift because you are going to get the rewards for your labor. You're going to live a luxurious life. Your business is going to take off. People are going to look up to you, be like, oh my God, I need to buy this from that person. I need to go work with that person. I need to go get that thing. Whatever it is, they can help me out. There's something about getting money to be able to move, or somebody's going to help you with that because they see how much you've changed. Whatever this is, divine timing is here for some of you. And the others of you, divine timing is here for you to shift gears. Take that risk, to start that business, to be self-employed, to go do whatever you know in your heart of hearts you need to do. So some of you, you don't see coming in the month of August. Some of you, you're going to get the manifestations because divine timing is now in the month of August, something around the 8/8 date. And the blue moon, August 30th, I think, is the next full moon. Full moon in what? Pisces? Oh God, see, I knew something with that was happening. Listen closely. Listen to your divine guidance. Listen very closely to this message is what I'm saying, what I'm hearing. Quiet your mind. Talk to God. After you watch this, or maybe you need to watch this again and listen more closely because maybe some of you have been watching this and trying to do a whole bunch of other things. Some of you need to go back and watch this recording without any distractions. That's what I heard. You really need to pay attention to the guidance that you're given, especially your inner guidance, what God's been telling you to do. Forgive them. This tends to come up a lot. For some of you, feeling like a victim, betrayed, backstabbed, you keep putting that in your heart space. You can't move forward. You can't bring about your heart's desires because God is expecting all of us to forgive ourselves and forgive those people who screwed us over. There is a huge lesson to learn. Remember, when it comes to pain and suffering or feeling like a victim, it takes two to tango. Remember with the blame, what was it that you were not learning in that relationship? What was it that you were not learning in that job? That's why God leads us to those things. And without forgiveness, it doesn't free you of your karma. You continue to get hit with more swords. Some of you, there's something about a 20 of swords or a 13 of swords where you're going to get another sword in your back, get another sword in your back because you're not learning your lessons of forgiveness. It's for you, it's not for them. Lack of forgiveness leads to poor health, low energy, which takes you out of alignment with God. This is a divine quality. This, being able to do this, raises your vibration. Nothing can stop you, nothing. Not even this, not even a divorce, not even all these difficulties. And you know how many times in my career as a systems engineer, as an analyst at the beginning, I ran into this and I kept going. You know how many times I ran into this after I left my job and my career and started my business? You know how many times I ran into this? I could have given up a long time ago. I could have kept comparing myself to every other channel, everybody who does something similar to me, and be like, you know what, this is not for me. I'm not good enough. Fuck this. I'm dropping it. I'm dropping it. I'm done. I'm spent. I'm done. Fuck it. I'm going to go back to that 9-to-5 job. You know how many emails I've been getting bombarded with of me going back to Maryland to go back to the work I used to do? That's the devil coming in. Temptation. Don't entertain the temptation to go back to who you used to be. And I had to remind this myself, and nothing can stop me. Not even this. This is when you are fully in your power. That's self-fulfillment. I'm good enough. I'm more than enough. I'm happy with what I am doing. God's going to turn it around. I can't do this on my own. God's going to make the miracle happen. I just got to keep my vibration, to keep going, to stay determined, and to persevere, to keep taking the risks. And nothing is getting in my way. You're not blocked by anything. The path is clear for you to move forward. Bottom of the deck is get excited. It's coming. See, some of you, you're not going to see this coming. But that's for those of you who've already done the forgiveness thing. The power of forgiveness. The process of forgiveness. The miracle of forgiveness. Archangel Jeremiel is part of that. We've seen that card many times over. And I was going to pull that deck, and my guy's like, no, Jess, you're going to channel it. You don't need that card. For some of you, you've really done a tremendous job of passing those seriously arduous tests. And it's coming in hot. And the others of you, get excited because the universe is going to tell you, you're getting to the point, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. You need to speak up. You need to have the courage to do this. You need to just take the risk, period. Because now when you do this, something better is going to come your way. For those of you who've done the work, you've done the hard work, and it's taken a while to get here. Divine timing is here. Get excited because you're going to be moving. Get excited because your business is going to take off. Get excited because you're going to get the material wealth, the emotional wealth, the relationships. Everything is going to work out in your favor because you didn't put yourself in this. And you said, nope, this is not going to stop me. I'm not doing it. What do you want me to do, Holy Spirit? I got all this stuff in here. We're going to look into your wellness. Tip, if you want to use these crystals to help you, you can. It is an option. All right. This is your wellness tip for the month of August. We're going to see what's going to best support you with these energies. It is hot as balls out here. And I need to cut my bangs. Oh, if you guys didn't realize, no, I did not cut my hair. I was supposed to say it at the beginning because some of you thought I cut my hair and you freaked out. It's in a bun. Look. I mean, a hair clip. I can't really do buns, and that's fine. Oh, and this was also because they told me I wanted to do this reading, but not showing my face. And they said, no, you're going to show your face. You can put on your eye makeup, that's fine, but pull your hair up. Don't worry about everything else. And just do the reading because it's good enough, Jess. It's good enough. I don't need to prove anything to anyone. I don't need to conform to whatever. And Thophalite. This stone connects to your solar plexus and your root chakra. This explains why this stone makes you feel safe, secure, and protected. The energy that radiates from this stone makes you aware of what is really important in life and helps you let go of the lesser wants and desires. You can even pause this video, take a screenshot, and meditate on this, okay? But if you feel drawn to actually get this crystal, this stone, by all means, do it. This is of the earth, okay? God created this, so this is going to support you if you feel you need the support. But the big thing here, the wellness tip, you need to understand what is really important in life. Your health for some of you is important. Your sanity is important. Your energies are important. You are important in life. Again, it's not the jobs, it's not the money, it's not the job security, the 401ks, the health insurance, the degrees. I said it already. That is not of God, that is of man. And that's why we're in the world we are in today, but we have the ability to get out of that. Let go of the lesser wants and desires. A lot of you, it's letting go of this shit right here. This victimhood, this pain and suffering, this mentality. Why does this keep happening to me? Why does all this stuff have to be dumped onto me? That is your mindset. God's like, I didn't put that on you. You did that to yourself because you're allowing yourself to have people take your power away. Because you're lacking the courage and confidence to do something about it. Chrysocolla, suffering from a heartache or a toxic personal relationship? This will help you connect to what the real you needs and help you realize that you are allowing toxic energy in, causing emotional harm. This stone will let go of that toxic energy. You can't make it up, everybody. Something toxic for some of you. You got to drop that. Heartache. This is 3 of Swords times 10. Some of you were at 3 of Swords and you just let it run its course and you allowed it to get the best of you where it feels unbearable. That is a choice that you made. But God is not going to forsake you. He's not going to abandon you. He needs you to get up. He needs you to raise your vibration. Like, look, this is not where I want you to be, but you got to do something about it. To connect to what the real you needs and help you realize that you are allowing toxic energy in, causing emotional harm. The stone will let go of that toxic energy. This will help you. But this is also God, you going to God to help you release this toxic energy, this toxic relationship. It's a relationship with yourself. Maybe you have a toxic relationship with yourself, with a spouse, with an ex, with a job, relationship with people at your work, whatever this is. You've got to let that go. Rhodochrosite. Rhodochrosite helps you face each day with a positive attitude. This stone helps you express your feelings in a positive way, opening the lines of communication without fear. This is a powerful tool for anyone who has difficulty expressing themselves. I talked about the courage and confidence to speak up for some of you. Some of you need to say, I deserve more than what I am getting. I am worthy of good health, of joy, of happiness. I am worthy of independence. I am worthy of wealth. This is telling somebody, I'm more than enough for you. You can't appreciate that? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Instinct coming in here now. Like, you see what I mean? Yeah. Nobody can tell you you're not doing enough. You're not this, blah, 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 blah. You got to do more. Yeah, but, oh, no. Hell no. If somebody cannot appreciate you, you get the fuck out. Period. And you keep bringing that up and they still don't appreciate you. They say you need to do more, that you're not good enough. This tastes horrible. This is not good enough. You have to do more of this, blah, 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 blah. Oh, that is not coming from God. That is not coming from God, period. Anyone who thinks they're a person of God, they're not coming from a place of God if they tell you this shit. Somebody needs to hear that. Some of you got to get the balls to say something. Could be your boss, okay? You didn't do this right. Like, oh, the lines are thin enough. I don't know what this is. Something about a spreadsheet. I don't know. No. Really, look, I did it. You got what you needed. Why does it have to be perfect? This is strong Virgo energy of perfection. That's what I'm hearing. This worthiness stuff is a big issue for the collective. A big issue. Because everything's got to be perfect. And it's got to be this way. It's got to be that way. It's got to look this. It's got to look that. It has to be whatever. That is not divine energy, period. It's not. God is not expecting us to have perfection. We're already perfect in his eyes. He just wants us to be happy with who we are and know that we're worthy of wonderful things, and to raise our vibration, to believe in ourselves, to do what brings us joy without criticism and judgment and shit like that. No. Guys, I've had to learn this. It took me 30 some years to learn this, okay? It's never too late to learn this stuff. Because I know some of you are as old as me, or you're older than I am. If you're younger than 43, which is what I am, this is your time to really understand. You are more than enough. Thank you, guys, Holy Spirit, for this. This is your affirmation for the month. Today, I will persevere. I will try to remember to pin this in the comments and put in the description box. Today, nothing will worry me. All my problems will pass in time. Let's see. This is fear-based, no fear-based thinking. This is worry-free right here. Like DJ Khaled, we the best. I'm number one, right? And God's like, yes, you are. In his eyes, I am the shit. But I'm not going around being arrogant and being like, I'm better than you, and like your stuff is shit, mine is better. No, that is the devil right there. Absolutely not. We can have that self-confidence, but not the arrogance, where we're saying, oh, my stuff's better, yours is shit, or whatever. Or my channel's better because I have the plaque, I have the millions of views and subscribers, and you're like, because you don't have it. Oh, no. God's going to have those people who don't have those numbers, they're going to be moved up to the front of the line. And they're going to get way more than what those other people think is success. Some are going to be taken down and some are going to be risen up, is what I just heard. Okay? But again, you think you're awesome. that your stuff is good enough, that your stuff is the shit, that you're the shit, God's like, yeah, you are, because I made you, because God is the shit. He created everything. God's way more than enough for us. God's exceeded that because it's God. And because he created us, we are the same. Nobody can tell us any different. This is the energy of not seeking validation outside of ourselves. We don't need anyone to tell us that we're the shit. We need to believe that with ourselves. So I'm thanking God for the conversation I had with my son. We actually had this last night. We decided to go to the beach. I forgot to put the full moon pictures on my YouTube community page. And we were talking about DJ Khaled. And I'm just grateful because my son helps me out with my mission work too, believe it or not. Today I will breathe. The bottom of the deck. Today, as I face challenges, I will call a mental timeout. I will consciously breathe with my eyes closed and focus on slowing my inhalation and exhalation. Some of you need to do breath work. If you're a member of mine, we got that for the daily for August 2nd. I'm recording this on August 2nd. This is confirmation for those of you who are my members. And if you're interested in getting a lot more guidance from me, I do wellness challenges to help you with your health. This is a very healthy person too, okay? Raise your vibration to receive these miracles, and it's not just money. I highly recommend you go to capellawellness.com, click on Capella memberships, or in the description box below. Everything you need to know about me, my services, everything. Tarot packages, whatever, healing packages, blah, blah, blah. Check the description box. But those of you who are my members, this is the second time you're viewing this. Some of you literally need to do breath work. It's pranayama. I do teach that. I start off with a slower breathing and then work through the other breathing when you're ready. Okay? Helping you to relax. Helping you to not have any stress, any worries, any fears. I did this in my own, for my own self in the beginning of my awakening. Now I'm getting really rained on. This is so weird because there's no dark cloud over me. That's a sign in itself. But anyway. You got to call a mental timeout. Like, this is overkill, guys. Some of you are way overdoing it. Overkill. Breath work, okay? I do teach this. You can even go on YouTube and maybe see what works for you, right? You don't have to go to me, but I do teach this in one-on-one sessions, okay? So some of you need to start doing that. What else is there? Ooh, this is refreshing. See, I'm getting rained on again, even though there's no like dark cloud over my head. That's abundance for some of you. That's the Nine of Pentacles. Abundance is coming for some of you because you've done your work. You're in a very calm, serene, peaceful vibration. You're not stressed out. You're not overworked. You're not doing things at an overkill. If you are a tarot reader and you're doing like 1 million readings a week or something with clients or your YouTube channel, really reevaluate what is good enough for your channel, for you. And if your energy is you're emotionally spent and you try to still push and push and push to do your work, your mission work, it's not going to help you. People are going to feel your energy and you're going to drag people down instead of lifting people up. Praise a coworker or a friend. Okay? Maybe it's the person who's backstabbed you at work. That's going to be a challenge for some of you. I was going to say join a juicy program. Okay, that's kind of weird because that's not what it says. Join a literacy program and help children and adults learn to read. These are things that you guys can do to help pay off your karma. It actually helps you with your vibration, okay? Doing acts of kindness without expecting anything in return. This is praising somebody. Yeah, a coworker or a friend. Doesn't have to be a coworker, it could be a friend. Hey, man, you're the shit. Or, hey, thank you for this. Or like, hey, you're doing awesome over here, whatever. It helps, guys. Little things like these help. But remember, we cannot be banking off of this stuff, feeling we don't need the praise to feel good about ourselves. We don't. We got to feel good about ourselves on our own. All right. Hold the door open for the person behind you. I teach my son this, and he complies. I did this just today. I held the door open for somebody who was coming out of a store. Right? Whether you get a thanks or not does not matter. I know, and I will say my son sometimes says, man, they didn't even say thank you, Mom. I said, but we got to leave it alone. God sees what we did. Small things, guys. This does not have to be giving $1,000 to a charity. It's small things like these. Especially if you see an elderly person in a wheelchair or a cane, someone pushing a baby carrier, open the door. Something as small as these things, guys, with this here, it pays off your karma. And it gets returned back to you in more ways than you think. Okay? All right. This is your August reading. I like it. This is all your guidance, the energy for the month of August. Some of you, you've been doing these things. Maybe not necessarily helping other children and adults to read. Maybe some of you have been calling to do this. All right? You have no worry about expressing yourself to people. You have no reservations about it. You don't have any weakness. You don't have any cowardness to it. And when I say cowardness, it's not as an insult. Okay? I've been a coward with a lot of things. Okay? Don't think that I didn't have a lot of shit to do in my journey. You've already let go of your lesser wants and desires. You understand now what is really important in life. You've built your business. You know your worth. You're not comparing yourselves to others. Again, the Nine of Pentacles does not compare themselves. You're doing everything God has asked you to do, and you're happy regardless of things failing or things not working out. Because God's going to give you way more than what you've been working hard for. It's still raining on me. It's hilarious. I love it. Thanks, God. But anyway, see, something's trying to get me to disrupt this stuff or complain or to stop the reading because my cards are getting wet a little bit. But anyway, those are your messages. Again, don't forget, I have memberships. There are more mentorships than anything. It's kind of like Patreon, but I built it on my own platform because I want my energies and the highest of energies in that area as opposed to Patreon, okay? Remember, anything that we're touching into involves other people's energies, and they told me not to put stuff on Patreon. I built my own membership program, okay? There are different tiers. Here's a 7-day free trial, okay? Don't knock it before you try it. Don't judge it. Give it a try if you feel guided to do so, okay? There's a lot. I do healing meditations there. There's healing meditation videos. There are daily guidance videos. There are videos for the month on what you need to heal, what's blocking you for the month, the relationship dynamic that you're dealing with, how your person feels about you right now. And it does not have to be a romantic person. It could be like a parent or whatever. Most of the time it is romantic, so that's okay. I do members-only live readings. I do a counterpart connection, a light counterpart, a twin flame support group session at the beginning of the month, every month when I'm guided, when I'm able. And then I do erotic readings for the members to have some fun, but there are massive lessons learned in those erotic readings, guys. You have no idea. If you ask my members who sit on those, that teaches a lot of stuff. Yes, it's for fun. I go off in a completely different jest mode when I do those readings. It's fantastic. We have a great time. And other ones are pertaining to, you get to ask me questions about whatever, about my journey, about the counterpart journey itself, or something that you may be struggling with. I do personal readings during these live sessions, okay? So you get to get a live reading from me in the group session if you feel like you need one. I have a menu that is set up like in my lives on YouTube, and you get to choose what calls out to you, and I give you your live reading right there. So that's a perk. Other perks include coaching sessions and the higher tiers. There are freebies and 50% off coupons for the higher tiers, on discounts to unlimited discounts for anything on my website. There's stuff like that. There's a whole bunch of things, okay, that can help guide you to get you to this 9 of Pentacles. All right? Worry-free, stress-free, anxiety-free. And it's not just about manifesting money, guys. You got to be at the vibration. I mean, you can be manifesting like, I want $1,000 a year or whatever, or something like that. But God has more for you. But when you get to a super high vibration, God's got to, you're going to get more than $100,000 a year, whoever that's for. So yeah, there's something with this. Again, breath work there. Maybe I'll start doing some other stuff for healing channels or whatever. I don't know. I'll figure that out. Stuff like that. I do personal readings. There's my Capella service suite. The link is in the description box below. Just go to capellawellness.com and check everything out. Okay? There's a lot of stuff. You can learn more about me on that website too. Learn about the tarot packages, the healing packages that I offer. There's a bunch of packages where it saves you money and you get to just book in your own time. There are payment plans for the services that I offer. There's a whole bunch of stuff. If you have any questions about anything at all, about my work, about this reading, about the memberships, whatever it is, please do not hesitate to ask me. I am a gentle soul, okay? I don't rip people apart. That is shadow side. I do speak cold, hard truth, and I'm going to tell it as it is because that is what I've been guided to do, right? So any questions you may have, please reach out to me. Okay, if you're confused or you're not sure what reading you want to get from me or what membership, I will honestly go to my guides and God and see what membership will work out for you, or what reading will work out for you, or what tarot package will work out for you. Okay, I'm not here. Again, the business I built was not to get money. It was to utilize my God-given gifts and talents for the greater good of humanity and to understand what I'm capable of, which has blown me away in its own right. Okay. I'm the healthiest I've ever been. I'm the happiest I've ever been, even though I've gone through plenty of this. Okay. That says a lot. It says a lot. And some of you can tell by my own appearance. This energy ages people. I did not allow this energy to age me. And what's weird is that when I look at myself in the mirror, it feels like I look different again, like I'm getting younger. There's like reverse aging with that too, but that's a whole other topic. Anyway, as I said, if you need any help at all, if you've been drawn here, you've been led here multiple times, you've been feeling this calling, I really believe that Jess can help me out, that her work, whatever it is, can help me out. I will help you out, but you have to be prepared to get the truth. But this is only because I am passionate and I really care about what I do. Okay? I've been through a lot of things, but I've persevered. I've overcome a tremendous amount of this. But you can't tell. So that should say something. Anyway, that's what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, for subscribing to this channel if you haven't already, and for illuminating your thumbs up button. I would greatly appreciate it. I wish you the best today. Always, I send you so much love. And I hope I illuminated your well-being today. Again, this is Jess from Capella Wellness. Starring out.